Hello, welcome back to my studio. This is Jim from Sketching with Jim, and this is the second part of my otter painting. The first part, if you haven't watched it, was the inking, the drawing and the inking, and this time I used the Micron fine liner for a change, and for the finer lines that I thought would be necessary for the fur of the otters. And you notice I don't really try to stay exactly to the colors in any of these photographs, using a little bit of artistic license. The surface of the water has taken on some of the reflection of the rocks in the enclosure that the otters live in, and probably some of the coloring, the reflections from the otters themselves. I don't use very many colors in this painting, but I thought the blue and then the browns would complement each other. And that was good enough for a sketch. I'm coming in with another layer of watercolor. Actually, the color of the water is what I meant. After putting the first coat on, I realized I hadn't really finished the edge properly there. But as it was, this turned out pretty good. It kind of blended together, and it also gave a little bit of variation in the background. So you can kind of imagine underwater things going on, like weeds or logs or whatever, without having the detail in there. So that worked out okay for me. Doing a little bit of scrubbing and making sure I've got lots of paint on my brush, so it all kind of blends together. And then I add a little bit more of the surface color. Here I come in with some nice dark browns. To accent the dark areas that I started with the ink. I think these two mediums go together nicely. Start with the ink and do a lot of the detail and hair and fur and whatever of the animal, and then come in with the color after. getting the nice contrast is important. Trying to preserve some of those spots that I tried to put on for bubbles. But one problem I found, I realized anyway, that I hadn't added the other paw of the upper otter. So I mopped up some of the blue paint and then kind of drew the paw in. A little bit of brown paint in there just to give the idea, because it is kind of covered with bubbles and swirls, so it's just to give the impression of there's a paw back there somewhere. I'm just going by the photograph and seeing where the darks and the lights are, and just adding little dark swirls where I see them. After the base color is in, then you start to add these little bits and pieces here, and it starts to come together. Good to start with a nice drawing, of course, or nice to start with a good drawing, but and it certainly helps the painting process. Again, I'm just looking at the photograph of where the darks and lights are, and after I put a dark in, I'll blend it into the light area. So there's no, it is a round animal, smooth and round, so it's not like it comes to a sharp edge. Here I'm liking how the contrast of the back is turning out, really making the otters stand out from the light background. A few little details on the face. Still more little dark areas up on the surface. You just need to make sure each layer dries before you put another layer on. I realized that the whites of the bubbles aren't white enough, so I tried the gel pen, and then I used some white ink, both of which they look good when they're going on, but they kind of dry and dullish. In retrospect, I should have used some masking fluid and just masked the actual bubble areas out before painting, and then rubbed them out after. I think that would have worked better in this case. Seeing I'm in the studio anyway, should have done that. And then kind of outline the bubbles with the pen. Try to give them some shape, some contrast. Anyway, that's my painting. I hope you enjoyed it, and hope you come again. Please leave some comments. Tell me what you thought of this one, and if you want me to do more like this in some time or other. But thank you very much for all the subscribers and for coming back. Take care.